Okay, so the first card you have for your past is Strength. Yeah, usually this is a really positive card, a really good card actually. Well, it can be both, but I'm not getting it. I've got to tell you this, I'm not getting good feeling around this. I'm getting a really strange feeling. It's kind of like, this can be about taming your temper, but I think for you, it was about taming your emotions. I think you felt quite negative emotions, and you had to kind of not really say much about it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. I'm getting a not very good feeling. I think you did well. I think you managed to do that. But I think you were dealing with someone who was really difficult. You couldn't read them. Usually you can read people quite easily. You can usually read people, sometimes in the first few minutes of meeting someone, you can read them straight away. You know whether you want them to be around you or not. You know that right away. I think you did feel that around this person, but you couldn't quite work out why that was. It was very, very negative. It didn't feel right to you. You didn't quite know why. I think you had to have them around you for a while. I actually think they might have been friends with someone who was close to you, or they might have been a relative of someone who was close to you. And I think, I don't know if they were in your home, but I'm getting this feeling of someone being in your space. So I'm getting this really claustrophobic feeling around this. So they might have been literally in your space, in your home. It was very overwhelming. It's this horrible, horrible feeling. And it was like, I know this person. I know I don't feel right about them. I can't work out why that is. I just don't feel right. I'm kind of sitting here around them or next to them. This friend of mine or this relative or this person I know has introduced me to this person. They're sitting here and I'm getting this horrible feeling and I want to escape and I can't. That's the sort of feeling I'm getting. Now, you just dread the idea of ever seeing them ever again, I think. I don't think they're around you now. They were for a while and they're not now. That's what I'm getting. You don't have to have anyone inside your home that you don't want to, but it might have been a situation, and you know that, but yeah, I think maybe if you're sharing your home with people or if you're living with other people or whatever, it's a bit difficult sometimes, especially if you're just introduced and you don't know who this is and they come in and you're like, oh, okay, you don't realise until you've actually met them. So it might have been a situation like that. But it was very, very, very uncomfortable. I'm feeling this horrible feeling. I'm trying to concentrate on this, but I'm just getting this horrible feeling. So, if they ever want to come near you again, I think your radar will be right off and you'll just say, nope, I don't want to see them. That's how extreme this is. Very, very bad feeling. Okay, so I'll go on to the next card because this is horrible. So the next card you have your past, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm seeing this quite literally actually. I think someone was really, really missing you and they wanted to hug you. I'm just looking at this man hugging this coin. So they wanted that physical touch with you and they missed that with you. I don't think they were far away from you geographically. I think they're actually quite close to you, maybe down the road even, or, not that far away from you, but they were far away from you emotionally, or I should really say that you were far away from them emotionally, because this is someone who missed you, really missed you. They probably still do. And, but you kind of, it was like you didn't dislike them. I think you still like them. But you had to be away from them. I think you, I can't quite see if you're in a relationship with them. I think you might be on a break or you might be separated and you're still not quite sure how this is going to go. That's the feeling I'm getting. There's a really level-headed feeling around this. It's like, no, I can't use my emotions anymore. I just can't go there anymore. I have to use my head. It's sort of like, I've been through that, I've done that, I've been through all the emotions, there aren't any left now, I'm exhausted, that's it. So, you don't have a lot of emotion left for them right now, but I think that's just because you're exhausted by this whole thing. It's just too much. You've been through so much with this person. I'm getting this exhausted feeling. It's almost like I've run a marathon and then I've done 10 laps of the pool or something. It's like I can't possibly physically do this anymore. That's what it feels like. And, maybe they know that deep down there's nowhere else to go with this right now. Maybe in the future there might be, but not now. They're not thinking logically because they're really all in their emotions. They miss you and they really, really miss that physical touch with you. That's what I'm getting in. They miss that closeness. Now, I'm not saying you're cold. I don't think you are at all. I think you're the opposite. And I think that might be what the problem is, because you're the opposite of that. You've given so much to them. You've given and given and given. There's no more left. And at least for now, you just want a rest from this whole thing. The feeling I'm getting is, I just want to sleep. I'm so tired. I just want to shut my eyes. I don't want to wake up for a long time. That's how I'm feeling. And that's how you feel when you're around them, because I think you've had so many conversations and it feels like going around and around in circles and not getting anywhere. And now you're just like, enough. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just getting away. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. So the last card you have, you pass the King of Wands. Yeah, if you look at this king, he's ready. He wants to get up and go, but he's not doing that. He's just sitting there. He's hesitating. So he's thinking about what he's going to do. So I think this person in the Four of Pentacles, I think they're almost on the verge of contacting you. It's like they might be saying, I want to contact them. I really have to, but I can't. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. I think they might have even thought about physically getting up and coming over to where you are, because they're not that far away from you. That's what I'm getting in the Four of Pentacles. So they might have been thinking, I'm going to knock on their door and I'm going to see them. This is a really physical card. It's a card of action. There's no texting here. They wanted to see you as well. Deep down, they really, really wanted to be close to you physically. That's what I keep on getting. This is a really physical card as well. But they couldn't do that. They knew they couldn't do that. And I think, like this king, they didn't do that in the end. The instincts wanted them to do that, but they didn't do that. They feared rejection, and I think they knew that it was just going to annoy you and it was just going to make you kind of move further away from them. And, you're not a mean person. You're not a nasty person. And I don't think you hate them. I don't think you even dislike them. I think you're just exhausted by them, and you're exhausted by I'm seeing conversation after conversation going around and around, getting nowhere. There's nothing more to say. And, I think they decided just not to contact you in the end. And I think they did the right thing by doing that. And, again, you might be able to connect again at some time in the future, but not now. It's just too much. It's overwhelming for you now. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm feeling. I'm really feeling this. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Magician. Oh, I'm really happy to see this here. So I think being away from this person, you're gradually getting your energy back. The key word here is gradually. It's not coming back super quickly. It is coming back though. And I think when you get this energy back, you'll get your mental sharpness back, because I think you're very tired. You're not very sharp. You're going through the motions. You're probably at work. You're doing your job, but you're a bit on autopilot. And you will get this back. Your energy's just been drained by this person you're kind of on a break from or whatever. And also this other person in the Strength card. I don't even want to go there with that. But yeah, so I think when it comes back, you'll be back to your full power. You'll be concentrating again. You're a really powerful person usually. And not many people see that in you. People usually see powerful people as someone who's loud, bossy. You're the opposite. You're powerful in your own way, in a very quiet way. So the other thing I'm seeing here is there are some new opportunities coming up for you. More than one actually. I'm seeing a variety of small things coming in for you, and then gradually coming into you as well. I think as your energy increases, these opportunities are gradually coming into you. So as you can handle them, then they'll come in. And that's how manifestation operates. As you have time, as you have energy, the things come in at the right time. I'm seeing a lot of little projects, and they're creative projects. You're a very creative person. I think you've done a few of these kinds of creative projects on the side before. But a lot of these things are coming in, and you're going to be really busy concentrating on these creative things. Now, I'm actually seeing you working on one of these things, and the hours are just going to go by. You won't even realize it, because when you do these things, this creative thing that you love doing, time just stops for you. So I think, it actually gives you energy. So, you've got this person sapping your energy, and you go to do this creative thing and it's giving you energy. There's money in this as well. This is paid work. Someone's going to pay you to do this creative thing. But I think you'd probably do this for free anyway, because, you just love this so much. But yeah, I am seeing paid work, and there's more coming out of this as well. It's like work's making work. More people are going to see what you do, and people are going to be interested, and then more people are going to say, oh, can you do that for me as well? So this is fantastic. It's like an abundance is coming from this. Okay, so the next card you have for your presents, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so there's money in this card as well, obviously. And yeah, this woman's by herself. She's happy being by herself. And I think that's how you're going to be for a while. You're just so exhausted still from this person. But, you're getting your energy back. You're concentrating on other things. So that's really good. And you're happy doing that. And I think, you're going to be happy being alone for a while. Now, I'm not saying, oh, you're going to be alone forever and you're going to have 20 cats and you'll be like that forever. I'm not saying that at all. Just for the moment, this is how you're going to be feeling. You've got this creative work you'll be doing. You'll be getting your strength back, your energy back, all of that. You're just getting yourself centered. You're just getting yourself balanced again. You might also start a new way of eating or something. I'm seeing healthy food, plants, vegetables, things like that. So you're really rejuvenating yourself inside and outside. So I really love this for you. I wish this was my reading, actually. It's really, really good. So the last card you have for your presents, the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, more money again. This is an imbalance though. So what I'm seeing here is you might think you have something. It might be taken away. And I think then you're going to be, that's not fair, that's not fair. But I think in the end, you're going to realize it is fair. So I'll try and explain this in more detail for you. Okay, so this is about a work situation, a business situation. It's something like that. It might be some kind of, I don't know how to explain this. It's sort of like, not a competition, but someone's going to be chosen out of a group. And yeah, it's work related. So I'm getting this feeling of sort of, I want this. I'd love to be able to say that I've got this, to say I have achieved this, I have done that. But when it comes to doing the actual work, I don't know if that's what I really want. So that's the feeling I'm getting. So I think what's going to happen is you'll have the opportunity. You might lose out on that and it might feel like, oh, it's been taken away from me. This is a project or something. And you're like, that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm really disappointed. But it's just your ego, I think, that's a bit disappointed because you don't really want this. So there's this feeling of initial disappointment and then relief that you actually didn't have to do this. So if this is resonating and you've just missed out on this or whatever this is the best thing for you. And I think you'll come to realize that, you'll actually be relieved when you look back and you think, if I had to have done that, it would have been terrible. So, so it's like a drop. It's like, oh no. And then it's like, oh, a relief. I'm so glad I didn't have to do that in the end. That's what I'm getting. I'm sorry if my words are slurring a little bit. I'm a little bit tired, so just bear with me. I'm trying to do this as best as I can. I'm trying to concentrate. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Eight of Cups. Right, so yeah, I think this is about this person in the Four of Pentacles again. I think you're separated from them. The feeling I'm getting is you haven't totally broken up, but you're just kind of separated. I think you're just seeing how this goes. Because again, I'm getting this feeling that you don't dislike them. You're just exhausted. So yeah, I think they're really missing you. They still are, I think. They're still going to be feeling like that for a while. It's like they can't get you out of their head. They want to, but they can't. Now, obviously, this card's all about walking away, but these cups are a little bit like a wall of emotions. And what I'm seeing is this man who's walking away, to me, he's representing you, and they're kind of watching you. There's a little space, it's like a little window through this wall, and they're kind of watching you through this wall, like we're watching this man, and it's a wall of emotion. So they still see you through their emotions, if that makes sense. They really feel for you. They can't see you. They can't think about you without feeling these feelings for you. That's what I'm seeing. So, you might come back and talk to them again at some time, because sometimes I see this man as walking around this hill and coming back around again. But I think if you do decide to try again with this person, it definitely won't be for a long, long time. You're going to need a lot more space and a lot more time. And they need it too. They don't realize that. They think, oh, I want to be with them right now. They need that time to really calm themselves down, get back into balance, and see things with a logical, clear head. Because at the moment they're not doing that. They're just all emotional, emotional, emotional. That's what I'm getting. So you both need that time. You really do. And you just don't want to go round and around in this conversation with this person again. It's still very exhausting to you. And I think if they did see you again right now, that's what would happen. You'd get back into the groove of this conversation going around and around. And it's really, really exhausting. I'm getting tired thinking about this. And I think that's why I'm kind of slurring my words. I don't mean to. It's just, this is a very, very exhausting reading. I'm really feeling this. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is the Nine of Cups. So, yeah, obviously this man's by himself. He's happy to be by himself, just like the woman that's next to him in the Nine of Pentacles. You've got the woman and the man. They're both by themselves. They're both content. They're both happy. So you're just going to be concentrating on yourself for a while. And again, any thought of even talking to them again right now, even to anyone else really, it just feels very exhausting to you, very tiring. You've got new things on your mind now. You've got these projects, you've got these creative things, other things that are happening as well. You're just going to be feeling like this for a while, I think. And again, that doesn't mean you never want to see them again. You still don't, you don't dislike them. You're just very tired of them. That's how you're going to be feeling for a while. It's going to go on for a while. So that's what I'm seeing now. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry I'm so like this in this reading. It's like I'm feeling it very intensely. There's a lot of exhaustion in this, and I'm getting this. So, yeah, so obviously this is the card of working. So again, you're going to be concentrating on your own things, concentrating on these creative things you're working on, and your normal work as well. Again, they're still not going to be able to get you out of their head, at least for a while. This card can also be about repetition. This man's working on these things and they all look the same, one after the other, all these coins. So I think these thoughts of you are going around in their head. They're still going to be like that. And it's kind of on a loop, repeating themselves. They're thinking about you. They're thinking about you. It's not that they want to. It's just they can't help this. They're thinking and thinking about you. So it's going to take time for them to kind of get through that. And I think they need to get through that once again before they even think about coming to you again, and before you think about that again. Because again, both of you need this time. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I can't really quite see how you're going to be feeling about this in the future. I think it's just both going to need that time gap to decide that first. But I think right now you want to be by yourself. You're concentrating on yourself. I keep on seeing that again and again and again. I don't mean to repeat myself, but that's what I keep on seeing in this whole reading.